everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I've had this video on my list for a while and it's really only been the past couple of months or so that I felt able to really script it out and put into words what I'm trying to say. We've all heard writing rules, we've all heard how you must never do this but must always do that, and it's just not true. While yes, it's important to know the rules, you do not have to follow them blindly. So I thought I'd give you some tips on how to work out what to follow and what to ignore. Number 1. Anything that says never or always is subjective. We've all heard the term never use adverbs, or that you should always outline, or that said is dead, never use it. There are more, but I'd be here for a very long time if I was to write them all out and mention them. The truth is that while there is something to be taken from all of them, if there's an always or a never in the writing rule, then it does not apply to everybody. In fact, let me be clear, writing rules don't apply to everyone the same way, and I'll talk about that more in a moment. When it comes to using adverbs, sure, you don't want to use them all the time, but never? Nah. Sometimes they are the best word for it. Outlining, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you're not committing a heinous writing crime and are about to be carted off to writing jail, I promise you. Despite what our English teachers told us, said is not dead, sometimes it's okay to use that, other times it's okay to use nothing, and yeah, it's nice to not always use said. Sometimes the dialogue tag can do more for you than just writing said. You get my point though, you don't have to follow every rule, and when it comes to rules that contain the word always or never, most of the time you can take it with a pinch of salt and go on your way. Number 2. Everyone writes differently and that's okay. I have never met someone who writes the exact same way as I do, and I highly doubt that any writer has. We all write differently and we all approach planning, drafting, revising, editing, etc. differently. And that's completely okay and completely normal as well. When it comes to following writing advice and writing rules, it can be easy to get caught up in the idea that you need to do it the exact same way as everyone or just someone else. And that's not really the case. The rules are there to guide us, but when it comes to implementing them, we all have a different way of doing that, and it's something that should be celebrated in the writing community, and to be fair, it usually is. How you approach writing is your own personal way, and you're not doing it wrong because you don't exactly follow someone else's way of doing things, and don't let anyone tell you differently. Number 3. Every piece of advice/rule will resonate different with everyone. That's okay. Like I said in point 1, writing rules don't apply to everyone the same way. It's true that you might have had some similarities to the advice or the rule, but that doesn't mean that every writer you meet is going to hear the same way of doing things from the advice or rule as you do. The world is diverse and people's brains all work in different wonderful ways, and that is very much okay. If we were all the same, books would be boring and limited, and there wouldn't be anywhere near as many stories out there for us all to fall into reading wise or writing wise. So if you take something completely different from one rule that your friends do in the writing community, that's again okay, you're not doing it wrong, you're not about to be flying into writing jail, I promise you that. And number 4, your personal voice/style matters. At the end of the day, a lot of what advice and rules forget is that everyone has their own personal voice and style when it comes to telling their stories. This is a really important thing and should always be celebrated. I write my books in my voice and my style, and that matters just as much as the voice and style you watching this write in your books, or even prefer as a reader. Writing rules and writing advice are subjective. They are not meant to be universally applied to every writer or every piece of fiction. It's all about the personal way of implementing them and telling your own story. And that matters. Your voice and your style, they matter. No one can tell the exact same story in the way that you should, and neither should they. So to keep that in mind when you're worried about breaking a rule, you're going to tell an amazing story. So there we go, those are my 4 tips when it comes to writing rules. Basically, they're there for a reason and you should listen to them, but you shouldn't apply them with no wiggle room, and you shouldn't apply them at the detriment of your writing style and your writing voice and your way of doing things. They are there to guide us, not constrict us. So what's one piece of writing advice that you really don't like hearing? Mine is that you have to write every day, but I think we all know why. Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post your videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep writing. Bye.